Alright, we're going to talk about Black Torch Episode 4. If you want to see my reaction to it, which I highly recommend you do, it's down in the description down below. Check it out. Come back here for the review after you see the reaction. Make sure you engage with the video because you all chose for me to cover this show here on YouTube. So make sure you show up for it. Engage, like, subscribe, ding the notification bell, comment down below. Watch the video because I need to know if you actually care about this. And yeah, with that said, if you're new here, drop in. My name is Mark. And grab your snacks, grab your drinks, grab your notebooks. I took a lot of notes. And let's talk about the episode. So, the episode starts out with where we left off, with Reiji and Jiro getting ready to fight. And we learn that Reiji gets to use a sword because he comes from a long line of sword masters. Ooh. The Kirihara family of spies. His family even instructed the Bureau back before they became the Bureau. He instructed them. His family instructed them in swordsmanship and stuff like that. He's not a nobody, and I kind of wish he was. I think it'd be more interesting if he was a nobody, like Judo kind of was. Maybe would you be considered a nobody? Maybe. I think it depends, actually. Anyways, Reiji, Reiji is like, yo, why are you complaining about me having a sword when you have your own secret weapon? And he's obviously talking about Rago. But without hesitation, Jiro's like, Rago's not a secret weapon, man. And that's cool. That's sweet, man. That he genuinely just does not think of Rago as a weapon. Which I bet Rago appreciates even if he doesn't show it. And yeah. So the way it goes is that Reiji gives Jiro a handicap by turning around, dropping his sword, letting Jiro dictate the timing and when he attacks and where. And unfortunately, still not good enough initially because Jiro has the right idea. He jumps in the air so that his footsteps can't be heard. But at the same time, according to Shiba Ryosuke, swordsmen, they're all about distance. Distance is paramount, and they have a six. I can never say the word sixth sense. The number 6. I can say that, but I can't say sixth sense. It just doesn't work for me. But he has another sense that basically makes his awareness 365 degrees. 360 degrees, not 365. And according to Shiba, he has no blind spot. Which, I mean, fair enough, man. Fair enough. And he gets a good hit on Jiro, man. It's a solid hit. Boom! Draws blood and everything, bro. And, moving on. We're gonna fast forward, because I don't want to cover every little thing. That kind of defeats the point of the reaction, kind of. Although the reaction does have some interesting moments as well. But, the way the fight ends is, Jiro aiming for the right moment and breaking Reiji's sword. He timed it perfectly. Although, I think it was more on instinct than anything. And Jiro has some really good battle instincts. I almost say combat sense. I mean, that's true, but it's more like battle instincts if you ask me. And, but that's not enough. So what ends up happening is they just both keep going at it. One after the other. Punch, 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 punch. And fast forward. It's a draw. Because I'm not... Bro, if one of them had won outright, I'm not sure how I feel about that. But at the same time, the way they're doing it now, with them, being a draw technically, it's they, can help build camaraderie a little bit, maybe. That's wishful thinking, honestly. But I also wrote down that this might be the start of something big. And it might be. But anyways, moving on from that, because there's not much there. There's funny moments that I laughed at. You can check out the reaction for that. But Jiro, Reiji, and Kirihara. Wait. I wrote down Kirihara. I meant Jiro, Reiji, and Ichika. They are sent out on an important mission. I'm not used to always... I sometimes go back and forth between last names and first names. And so I wrote down Judo Reiji, but then I also wrote down Kirihara, even though Kirihara is Reiji's last name. And I thought it was funny. Anyways, they're going on an important mission, and they get to also test out their new equipment. Their like quantum camouflage outfit. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool, actually. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. They stop by a shrine afterwards because of course they do. It's a what, and the reason turns out is because the shrine is a bureau facility, and they're going to the shrine office. That's what Shiba brought them there for, because there's a mission. He came up with a mission because they didn't give him. They weren't given a mission by like the higher up. They were given he came up with a mission for them, which I mean, fair enough, man. At least he's proactive. I appreciate that. But unfortunately for everyone, we get to learn that the SOD 1 folks are already there because the shrine agent there, he's not happy that Shiba's there, despite saying no already. And SOD 1 folks are already there, and apparently double booking squads is like a bad thing. I'm not quite sure on that one. But SOD 1 means Special Operations Division 1. They are the cream of the crop division, with the most agents and the most power. Now, I wrote down the question of what kind of power are they talking about? Are they talking about like physical strength power, or intellectual power, or like political power? Like they have a lot of influence, or is it just like they're just physically the strongest, like with powers or whatever? Apologies. This has been dying on me slowly but surely. I gotta work on that. Probably, hopefully, because that'll be promised done. Anyways, yeah, that's what I asked about, what kind of powers are about, and so they start going. They have 15 minutes and nothing and no more. And Shiba, as they're walking down, Shiba asks if Rago will be okay because they're walking down through like a secret staircase, which is pretty cool. And you ever wonder what goes into building such an elaborate underground like facility? Like not only the amount of money, obviously, like the amount of manpower and stuff like that. I think it's funny, like them trying to like get all the equipment that they need down there to actually like open up the space, put stuff in and stuff. I just think that's kind of funny to think about the actual logistics behind making something like that. But yeah. And the reason Shiba asked if Rago will be okay is because they're going to the 7th Ceiling Sanctum, which is exactly where Rago was sealed. And damn. Now Rago, he knew this, but also he was like, don't underestimate me, boy. And damn, didn't know a cat could be intimidating, bro. But at the same time, it was nice of Shiba to like ask that, just to like be, yo, are you gonna be okay, man? And the whole place is made entirely of death obsidian and whatever, and I wrote down whatever that is, but it turns out it's a rare rock that subdues spiritual energy. And I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. But anyways, their plan now is to split up. Shiba and Ichika, they go upstairs to like question witnesses and stuff, because this is like the source of where everything happened. And Jiro and Reiji are left together to learn from Rago what happened that day. Now, unfortunately, Rago, he does not remember anything, and he's not lying. Like Jiro's like, "Are you lying, man? Now's not the time to be lying." But like at the same time, Rago says, "What would I get out of lying right now? I'm kind of tethered to you, anyways, bro." Sort of thing. And so I wrote down a few questions. Why doesn't he remember? Is it on purpose? Or is it just from being sealed for too long? Or something like that? And how much does he not remember? Like, he doesn't remember how he ended up being sealed, or why he was sealed. Which is interesting. Like, the why he was sealed, or the when really, I could see that, like somehow just forgetting the immediate before he's sealed. But the why he was sealed, I don't remember. I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised he doesn't remember what exactly like led to him being sealed. especially because it's such a big thing. But at the same time, we learn from Reiji. He gives like a huge lecture monologue on the Death Obsidian and stuff like that, and basically boils down to being sealed in the Death Obsidian is basically an eternal hell, because being sealed inside something inanimate is like not a good thing for the Mononoke, which damn man, that sucks. And also he has heard of Mononoke having amnesia, so it's not like it's a impossible thing, which is good to know. That's like not like a one-time thing. And so meanwhile, Shiba and Ichika, they're coming up to a dead end, man. It's just unfortunate. Oh, I should also mention, I completely forgot about this. When they went to the shrine the first time, they saw not Shiba, Jiro. He saw a guy with a hood on, who was like taking a giant like aggressive bite of a candy bar type thing, and like obviously. Hold on. Come on, man. Come on. And like obviously he like showed up and was like, I knew he'd show up. I didn't know how he'd show up, but he would show up, and I would be right. But we're not there quite yet. Meanwhile, Shiba is getting strange vibes from the crime scene. They came up empty on the whole canvassing of witnesses and stuff, but he's getting strange vibes from the crime scene. But he's not bringing it up to Ichika, the fact that he's getting strange vibes. Instead, he's just like, yeah, I don't get it either, man. And but I think the night shift was in on it, because conveniently, there were 2 night shift guards that didn't know anything, or that didn't do anything. I think they were in on it somehow. But meanwhile, we get to find out from Rago that he woke up surrounded by Mononoke, and the leader spoke to a tablet to him rather than being there himself. And I think the interesting thing is also the way they did the scene of him being surrounded by the Mononoke, because like it wasn't like it was like a not quite from Rago's perspective, but it was from his perspective enough that he was like, for the motorcycle going by, apologies, but like the scene itself, it was slightly below head, like kind of below, looking up at an angle, and I thought that was interesting to not only show how imposing they are as a group and the whole being surrounded, but also how imposing they are to a cat, because Rago's a cat. Like that's also that. And I thought the scene was very well shot. But yeah. So Jiro, he thinks we know nothing. But turns out from Reiji we learn there are 3 things that we know for certain. 1. The group that freed Rago knows how to undo the seal. Yeah, that's some big information, man. Number 2. The leader knows Rago from before he was sealed, but because of Rago's amnesia, he might not remember that. And number 3, they want revenge on mankind and the Bureau of Espionage. Least surprising thing there, man. But yeah, that's the 3 things that we know, and that is like quite a bit of information that we do know. So there's that. But anyways, finally, we get to see the dude in the hood show up. He's a Mononoke. He shows up for a reunion with Rago, and all 3 of them realize he's dangerous. He's also really fast, bro. Like they reacted quickly when he was there, but like he was fast, unfortunately. And he calls them trash because he wants to have a reunion with Rago. But I don't think he's the ringleader, though. I don't believe he's the ringleader. He didn't look like it from what we saw of the ringleader. So I don't think he's the ringleader. But I'll be honest. I initially thought that he was with Division 1. I genuinely thought he was with the Division 1 guys, but not a Mononoke. But technically he could be a Mononoke, like half Mononoke, half this, but no, he's like full Mononoke, and like he's not with Division 1. I kind of want him to be with Division 1. It'd make more sense, the fact that they brought up this whole Special Operations Division 1, and yet we don't get a shot of them until the very end when Shiba and Ichika try to go in there, but there's a barrier trapping them out, keeping them out. and the chief of Division 1, Toko Kusumi, shows up, and in his words, in Shiba's words, graces them with her presence, which is interesting wording to use. But that's how they end it, basically. Technically, kind of. I think they either end it on her, or they end it with a motherfucker. Okay, I might need a new light. That's unfortunate. But they either end it with her, or end it with them. But the point is, this is like the cliffhanger episode. It ends, and you know, I wasn't keen on the ED originally when I first heard it, but after this episode, like with like as the ED following up to what happened in the episode, the ED was a vibe, bro. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this episode, man. I enjoyed this a lot. I did. If you want to see, I highly recommend you check out my reaction though, because I do say some things, see some things, do some things that you don't see here on the review. So I gotta keep it kind of exclusive over there for the review, for the reaction portion. So go check it out. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, engage with the video, hype the video, paint your down below, comment down below what your thoughts are on the episode, my review, my reaction, and everything as a whole. And yeah, with that said, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Mark. Never stop being yourself, stay safe with your knives. See all you incredible people in the very next video.